I used to believe love was a deal you never break. I believed that if you stayed long enough, worked hard enough, and gave enough pieces of yourself away, love would eventually pay you back. That was the lie I lived on. That was the promise I built my life on. Are you even listening to me, Noah? I am, I said. I always listen. Lena sat on the edge of our couch, legs tucked under her, phone glowing in her hand. She looked excited, nervous, alive in a way that made my chest feel tight. I stood near the kitchen counter, still in my work jacket, grease on my hands from the late shift. They want me to meet them downtown, she said. Like real people. Not just emails. That's good, I said. That's really good. She smiled, wide and bright. You don't sound surprised. I'm not, I said. You've been working toward this forever. She stood and crossed the room, grabbing my hands like she always did when she wanted reassurance. You believe in me, right? Always. You promise? I nodded. I've never broken one. Her shoulders relaxed like she'd been holding her breath. I don't know what I'd do without you. I didn't know either. I just knew I didn't want to find out. My name is Noah Reed, and I'm the guy who stayed. I stayed when things were hard. I stayed when money was tight. I stayed when Lena cried at 2 a.m. and asked if she was wasting her life. I stayed because leaving never felt like an option. You're late again, my brother Eli said the next morning. I dropped into the booth across from him, coffee already waiting. I covered for Tom. You always cover for someone. Someone has to. Eli leaned back, eyes sharp. You're tired. I'm fine. You said that last week. And the week before. And the week before that, he said. At some point, you're going to run out. I took a sip of coffee. Lena's got a big opportunity coming. Eli snorted. She always does. This one's real. They're all real to you, he said. That's the problem. I frowned. Why do you hate her so much? I don't hate her, he said. I hate watching you disappear. I'm not disappearing. You're bleeding, he said. And she won't even bandage you. I laughed, sharp and defensive. You don't know her like I do. I know you, he said. And I know what you look like when you're being used. I stood. I've got to go. Of course you do, he muttered. That night, Lena cooked dinner. It wasn't good, but I ate every bite. You don't have to pretend, she said. I'm not pretending. You are, she said, smiling. But it's cute. She told me about the city again. Bigger offices. Bigger chances. Bigger lives. They said I could really make it, she whispered, fingers laced with mine. This could change everything. It will, I said. She squeezed my hands. You'll come with me soon. Soon, I repeated. She rested her forehead against mine. I'll never forget what you do for me. I believed her. Every word. Every promise. I didn't know I was already becoming the lesson she'd learned too late. I told myself I was only going to stay 5 minutes. 5 minutes to see her smile, 5 minutes to prove I was supportive, 5 minutes to remind myself that I still belonged in her world. The place didn't feel like my world at all. A woman at the door looked me up and down. Invitation? I'm here for Lena Hart, I said. Her smile tightened. Of course you are. Music pulsed through the room, loud and polished, like it was designed to drown out real thoughts. People laughed too hard. Glasses clinked. Everyone looked expensive. I suddenly felt every hour of overtime stitched into my jacket. "Hey," a man said, stepping in front of me. "You look lost." "I'm not," I said. "I'm Noah." He studied me, then smiled like he'd already won something. "Miles Crow." He held out his hand. I shook it. His grip tightened, just a little too much. "So you're the one," he said. "The one what?" I asked. "The one Lena talks about," he said. "All the time." Something about his tone made my stomach tense. "Yeah," I said. "That's me." "Interesting," he said, eyes flicking past me. "She didn't mention you were local." "I live with her," I said. Miles laughed softly. "That explains a lot." "Explain what?" I asked. Before he could answer, someone called his name. He leaned closer and said, "Enjoy the night," like it was a joke only he understood. I moved deeper into the room, searching for Lena. I spotted familiar faces from her posts, people I'd only seen through filtered screens. Then I heard her laugh. It came from behind a curtain near the back. I slowed without meaning to. "I'm serious," a woman said. I recognized Tessa's voice instantly. "You can't drag him into your next life." "Oh my God," Lena laughed. "Relax." "I'm not judging," Tessa said. "I'm being honest. Noah's just a starter pack boyfriend." My heart slammed into my ribs. "A starter pack?" someone else asked. "Yeah," Tessa said. "You know. Safe. Predictable. Good for when you're broke and scared." There was a pause. Then Lena said it. "He's safe," she said. "That's all." The words didn't sound cruel. That somehow made them worse. I stepped out from behind the curtain. The laughter died instantly. Lena's face went white. "Noah." Tessa's mouth opened, then closed. "Oh." I looked at Lena. "Was I ever real to you?" People stared. Phones froze mid-scroll. The music felt too loud, then too quiet. "Don't do this here," Lena said. That sentence hit harder than anything else she could have said. "So that's it?" I asked. "I work 2 jobs. I pay rent. I listen. I wait. And I'm just safe?" Miles appeared beside her, hand settling on her back. He smiled at me. "Maybe this isn't the place." "Was I ever real?" I asked again. Lena swallowed. "You're making a scene." I laughed once, sharp and broken. "I didn't come here to make one." "Then why are you here?" she asked. "To surprise you," I said. "Guess that part worked." Tessa cleared her throat. "Noah, we didn't mean." I held up a hand. "Don't." Miles leaned closer. "You should go home." "Is that what you want?" I asked Lena. She didn't answer. That silence told me everything. I nodded slowly. "Okay." I turned and walked out while the room pretended not to watch. Outside, the night air burned my lungs. My phone buzzed. "Lena, please don't be like this." I stared at the screen and laughed until my chest hurt. That was the night I stopped being her home. That was the night I became her mistake. I sat in my car outside Lena's place long after the party, engine off, hands on the wheel, chest tight like something heavy was sitting on it. My phone buzzed again. "Please talk to me," her message said. I typed, erased, typed again. I'm here, I finally sent. She came down 10 minutes later. She didn't sit close. That hurt more than anything. Noah, she said softly. You didn't have to do that. Do what? I asked. Hear the truth? She sighed. You embarrassed me. I laughed, but it came out wrong. I embarrassed you? Yes, she said. That wasn't the time. So when is? I asked. After you're done calling me safe? That's not what I meant. Then explain it, I said. Explain me. She rubbed her face. You wouldn't understand what I need right now. I stared at her. I paid your rent when you cried. Her eyes flashed. And now you want a trophy? That sentence crushed something inside me. I never asked for one, I said. I asked to matter. She looked away. You're twisting this. No, I said. I'm finally seeing it. Silence filled the car. I should go, she said. Yeah, I replied. You should. She opened the door, then paused. Let's talk tomorrow. I nodded like an idiot. I drove home and didn't remember the drive. Eli was on my couch when I walked in. You look like hell, he said. I'm fine, I muttered. You said that last time, he replied. Sit. I sat. She chose someone else, I said. He nodded. I know. You knew? I snapped. I suspected, he said. I didn't want to be right. I rubbed my eyes. I begged her. That's okay, he said. You're human. It didn't help, I whispered. It never does, he said. But now you know. I stared at the wall. What if I lose her? You already did, he said gently. The next day at work, I messed up everything. Orders wrong. Hands shaking. My supervisor sighed. Take 5, he said. I sat outside, head in my hands. You okay? Someone asked. I looked up. It was Jay, a guy from the back line. Quiet. Always watching. I'm fine, I said automatically. He didn't buy it. You don't look okay. Want coffee? I almost said no. Instead, I nodded. We sat on overturned crates. You don't have to talk, he said. Just saying. I got dumped, I blurted. He nodded. That'll do it. She made me feel small, I said. That's worse, he replied. That night, my landlord knocked. Rent's late, Mrs. Klein said. I know, I said. I'll fix it. She softened. Just don't disappear on me. After she left, I checked my bank account. I saw the truth. I'd spent everything keeping Lena afloat. My phone buzzed. Lena, can we talk? I stared at it, heart racing. Then I turned the phone face down. For the first time, I didn't answer. I met Lena in the parking lot because she wouldn't let me come upstairs. That detail mattered more than she probably realized. It told me everything before she even opened her mouth. She stood near the curb, arms crossed, keys looped around her finger. You didn't answer my texts, she said. I saw them, I replied. She sighed like I'd already disappointed her. You've been distant. I've been quiet, I said. There's a difference. She shifted her weight. Noah, I don't want to fight. I don't either, I said. I want the truth. She looked past me, toward the street. I told you. I need space. For what? I asked. For who? Her jaw tightened. I need to focus. Is it Miles? I asked. She didn't answer. That pause felt like falling. So it is, I said. She shook her head. It's not that simple. It never is, I said. But it's never complicated either. She finally looked at me. You don't understand what I need right now. I laughed, but there was no humor in it. You keep saying that like it excuses everything. I'm chasing my future, she snapped. You should want that for me. I did, I said. I just thought I was in it. She looked tired. You were. Was, I repeated. She exhaled sharply. You're holding me back. The words hit me harder than the ones at the party. I held you up, I said. There's a difference. You don't get it, she said. I can't carry you with me anymore. I never asked you to, I said. I just asked you not to drop me. She went quiet. That silence stretched until something inside me snapped into place. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the spare key to her apartment. The one she gave me when she said, "This is your home too." I placed it on the hood of my car. Her eyes widened. What are you doing? Letting go, I said. You don't have to do that, she said quickly. We're just taking space. No, I said. You are. She stepped closer. Noah, don't make this harder than it needs to be. I looked at her hands. They weren't reaching for me. You're free, I said. She blinked. Free from what? From me, I said. From being safe. Her mouth opened, then closed. That's not fair. I know, I said. Neither was loving you like it was my job. She stared at the key like it might disappear. You're overreacting. I shook my head. I'm finally reacting. She laughed nervously. You'll cool off. I won't, I said. I can't afford to. She frowned. What does that mean? It means I'm done bleeding, I said. And pretending it's love. Her voice softened. Noah, please. That word almost broke me. Almost. I picked up my phone instead and unlocked it, pulling up an email I'd saved but never opened. A night certification program. Long hours. Hard work. A chance I always said I didn't have time for. I looked back at her. I hope you get everything you want. She swallowed. And what about you? I pocketed the phone. I'm going to find out who I am when I stop chasing you. Her eyes filled. You're really walking away? Yes, I said. She stepped back like she'd been slapped. You'll regret this. Maybe, I said. But I won't regret staying too long. I got in my car. She didn't follow. As I pulled away, my hands shook so badly I had to grip the wheel with both hands. My chest burned. My vision blurred. Every instinct screamed at me to turn around. I didn't. At the first red light, my phone buzzed. Eli. You okay? He asked when I answered. I gave her the key back, I said. There was a pause. Then, I'm proud of you. I don't feel proud, I said. I feel empty. That's normal, he said. You just made room. For what? I asked. For yourself, he said. The light turned green. I drove forward, heart pounding, fear riding shotgun. I didn't know where this road led. I only knew I wasn't turning back. I woke up before my alarm, staring at the ceiling like it had answers. My phone was quiet. No messages from Lena. That silence felt louder than any argument we'd ever had. You look like hell. I glanced up from my coffee. Eli stood in my kitchen, already judging me. Morning to you too, I said. You sleep at all? He asked. Enough. He snorted. That means no. I shrugged. I signed up for something. His eyebrow lifted. That sounds dangerous. Night certification program, I said. Classes after work. Tests. No shortcuts. He studied me. Why now? Because if I don't move, I'm going to rot. He nodded once. Good. That's it? I asked. No lecture? You already learned the hard part, he said. Now you just have to survive it. Work was brutal. Same noise. Same rush. Same mistakes I couldn't afford anymore. You're early, my supervisor said. I couldn't sleep, I replied. Use it, he said, tossing me an apron. During break, I sat alone until Jay slid into the seat across from me. You look different, he said. Tired? Focused, he corrected. What happened? I stopped lying to myself, I said. He nodded like that made sense. That'll do it. After work, I didn't go home. I went to the classroom. The instructor walked in late and didn't apologize. I'm Dr. Hale, he said. If you're here because you want validation, leave now. No one moved. Good, he said. Pain makes people honest. I swallowed. After class, a woman beside me stretched and said, You look like you're about to pass out. I'm fine, I said automatically. She laughed. No, you're not. I'm Mari. Noah. Nice to meet you, Noah, who's been through it, she said. What's your story? Long, I said. Good, she replied. Those last. I walked home exhausted. My phone buzzed. Lena posted a picture. City lights. Smile too perfect. I locked my phone and opened my notes instead. You okay? Jay texted later. Trying to be, I replied. That counts, he sent back. Weeks passed. I stopped checking Lena's page. I started passing quizzes. You're improving, Dr. Hale said one night. I'm terrified, I admitted. Excellent, he replied. That means you care. Rent was still tight. Mrs. Klein caught me in the hall. You're late again, she said. I know, I replied. But I won't disappear. She nodded. Just keep talking to me. That night, I sat on my bed, staring at my hands. They were shaking. I whispered, You took my kindness. No one answered. So I'm turning it into fuel. For the first time, the words didn't feel like a lie. I didn't hear about Lena's problems from her. I heard them from Eli, which somehow made it worse. She's struggling, he said over the phone. I leaned against the wall outside class. How do you know? She came by the shop, he said. Didn't buy anything. Just talked. About me? I asked. About herself, he said. That should tell you something. I closed my eyes. I didn't ask for updates. I know, he said. I'm not giving you hope. I'm giving you context. I don't need either, I said. He paused. Good. Because this is where people usually fold. I hung up and went back inside. Dr. Hale was already there, arms crossed. You're late. By 2 minutes, I said. Then you're 2 minutes behind everyone else, he replied. Sit. I did. After class, Mari caught up to me in the hallway. You look like you just ran into a ghost. More like an echo, I said. She studied me. You thinking about quitting? No, I said quickly. I'm thinking about why I won't. She smiled. That's better. A week later, Eli sent me a screenshot. Miles Crow. Lawsuit. Small headline. Big implications. I stared at it. Karma doesn't knock, Eli texted. It walks in. I didn't feel happy. I felt tired. That night, my phone rang. Lena. I stared at the screen until it stopped. Then it rang again. I answered. I'm busy. Her voice was small. Can you talk? With what? I asked. With you, she said. I messed up. I closed my eyes. I have class. You always have something now, she said. Yes, I replied. That's the point. She was quiet. I didn't think you'd really leave. I didn't think you'd really push, I said. She whispered, I miss you. I swallowed. I miss who I thought you were. That hurt her. I could hear it. I'm sorry, she said. I know, I replied. But sorry doesn't rebuild trust. Can we meet? She asked. No, I said. Not tonight. Then when? She asked. I don't know, I said. Maybe never. I hung up before she could answer. My hands were shaking when I put the phone down. You okay? Jay asked, appearing beside me outside the building. Define okay, I said. You didn't quit, he said. That's my definition. Mari joined us. You coming to study? I nodded. Yeah. We sat on the floor with books spread everywhere. Why are you doing this? Mari asked suddenly. Because if I stop, I'll go back, I said. To her? Jay asked. To who I was, I replied. Mari nodded slowly. Good answer. Weeks passed. I failed a practice assessment and nearly lost it. I can't do this, I said, pacing. Dr. Hale watched me. Sit down. I'm wasting your time, I said. You're wasting mine by quitting early, he replied. Do you want to be chosen? I froze. That's what this is about, he said. You want someone to pick you. I swallowed. Yes. Then stop auditioning, he said. Choose yourself. Those words followed me home. That night, my phone buzzed again. Lena, I don't recognize my life anymore. I typed a reply. Deleted it. Typed another. Deleted that too. Finally, I sent one sentence. I'm building mine. I turned the phone off and sat in the dark, heart pounding. For the first time, I wasn't waiting for her to fall apart. I was busy putting myself together. I found out I got the placement on a Tuesday afternoon, standing in a hallway that smelled like old coffee and floor cleaner. Dr. Hale didn't smile when he said it. He just looked at me like he was measuring something invisible. You start next month, he said. Don't waste it. I won't, I replied. He nodded once. Good. That was it. No applause. No speech. Just a door opening. I walked outside and sat on the steps, phone in my hand, not sure who to tell first. You look like you're about to explode. I glanced up. Mari dropped her bag beside me and sat. I got it, I said. She blinked. Got what? The placement. Her mouth fell open. You're serious? I nodded. She slapped my arm. I knew it. I told you pain was useful. I laughed, shaky. You also told me I looked dead inside. Both can be true, she said. Jay came out a moment later, coffee in hand. Why are you smiling? He got it, Mari said. Jay's eyes widened. For real? For real, I said. He nodded slowly. That's big. It doesn't feel big yet, I admitted. It feels quiet. That's how real things feel, Jay said. Loud things usually lie. We celebrated at a diner that night. Greasy food. Cheap laughs. No pictures. No posts. This is better, I said. Mari raised her glass. To not chasing people who don't clap for you. I smiled. I'll drink to that. A few days later, I ran into Lena. It wasn't planned. It never is. I was at a local event, nothing fancy, just booths and music and people pretending they weren't bored. I felt good walking in. Steady. Like I belonged somewhere again. Then I heard my name. Noah? I turned. She stood there holding a drink she hadn't touched. Her hair was perfect. Her eyes weren't. Hey, I said. She smiled, hesitant. You look different. Do I? I asked. Yeah, she said. Lighter. I feel heavier, I said. But stronger. She laughed softly. That sounds like you. We stood there awkwardly. So, she said. I heard you're doing well. Who told you that? I asked. She hesitated. Eli. I nodded. Figures. I'm happy for you, she said quickly. Thank you, I replied. She shifted closer. I didn't think you'd bounce back like this. I didn't bounce, I said. I crawled. Her smile faded. I didn't mean. I know, I said. You didn't mean a lot of things. Before she could respond, a familiar voice cut in. Lena, we're leaving. Miles stood beside her, irritation clear on his face. He didn't even look at me at first. Give me a minute, she said. He sighed. We talked about this. I watched her flinch. I'll catch up, she said. He glanced at me then, eyes sharp. You again. Me again, I said calmly. He scoffed and walked off. Lena exhaled. I'm sorry. For what? I asked. For him, she said. For everything. I studied her face. The confidence was cracked. The dream looked tired. You okay? I asked. She laughed bitterly. No. That sucks, I said honestly. She looked at me like she expected comfort. I didn't know it would be like this. I did, I said. You just didn't want to hear it. She swallowed. Do you hate me? I shook my head. No. Then why does it feel like I lost you forever? She asked. I met her eyes. Because you did. She blinked fast. You're really gone. Yes, I said. She nodded slowly, like she was memorizing the moment. I hope it was worth it. I thought about late nights, empty bank accounts, quiet pride, new friends, a future that felt earned. It is, I said. She didn't answer. I walked away without looking back. Later that night, Jay texted me. You good? Yeah, I replied. I ran into the past and kept walking. Mari sent a message right after. Proud of you. Don't disappear. I smiled at that. When I got home, I sat on my bed and let the quiet settle. No buzzing phone. No waiting. No hoping someone would choose me. I'd already been chosen. By myself. And for the first time, that felt like enough. It was raining hard enough that I almost didn't hear the knock. I was standing in my kitchen, staring at my phone, rereading a message from Dr. Hale about tomorrow's evaluation, when the sound cut through the apartment. Knock. Knock. I frowned and checked the time. Late. Too late for Eli. Jay would have texted first. I walked to the door and opened it without thinking. Lena stood there. Her hair was soaked. Her jacket was too thin. Rain clung to her eyelashes like she'd been crying before she even knocked. I made a mistake, she said. I didn't answer. My chest locked up, like my heart and lungs were arguing over who got control. I just stared at her, taking in how small she looked, how unsure. I hated that part of me still noticed. Can I come in? She asked. I stepped aside without saying yes. She walked in slowly, water dripping onto my floor. She looked around like she was in a stranger's place. Maybe she was. I didn't know where else to go, she said. You always know where to go, I replied. She flinched. Not anymore. I closed the door. The sound echoed too loud. She turned to face me. Miles used me. I stayed quiet. He promised things, she said quickly. Connections. Stability. He said I had to look the part. Act the part. Cut distractions. My jaw tightened. And when it stopped working, she went on, voice shaking, he dropped me. Like I was nothing. I crossed my arms. That sounds familiar. She nodded, tears spilling. I deserve that. I didn't say yes. I didn't say no. She took a step closer. Tessa knew. That name hit harder than I expected. What? I asked. She knew, Lena said. She pushed me toward him. She said you'd always forgive me. My stomach twisted. Tessa? She said I was settling, Lena whispered. She said you were safe because you'd never leave. I laughed once, bitter. Guess she was wrong. Lena grabbed my sleeve. I'm sorry. Please. I miss us. I looked down at her hand on my arm. The same hand that used to trace my wrist when she was nervous. The same grip she used now, desperate. You miss being loved without earning it, I said. Her face crumpled. That's not fair, she sobbed. I know, I replied. Neither was what you did. She sank onto my couch, crying into her hands. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did, I said. Over and over. She looked up at me. I was scared. So was I said. I just didn't run. She wiped her face. Do you remember the night we slept in your car? Yes, I said immediately. We laughed about how bad the radio was, she said. You said we'd be okay anywhere. We were, I said. Until okay wasn't enough for you. She nodded, broken. I ruined everything. You didn't ruin everything, I said. You ruined us. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a folded photo. You kept this in your wallet. I recognized it instantly. Us on the old bridge. Cheap sunset. Honest smiles. You were my best friend, she said. You should have treated me like one, I replied. She crawled closer on the couch. Can we try again? I'll do better. I swear. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Mari, don't disappear. Big day tomorrow. I stared at the screen longer than necessary. Lena followed my gaze. Is that her? It's my future, I said. She shook her head frantically. I can be part of that. No, I said. You had your chance. She stood abruptly. So that's it? After everything? Yes, I said. Because I can't build something new while you're dragging me backward. Her shoulders sagged. I thought you'd always choose me. I did, I said. Until I learned how to choose myself. She nodded slowly, rainwater still dripping from her jacket. I hope she's worth it. I met her eyes. I am. She stared at me for a long moment, then stepped back. I really am sorry, she said. I believe you, I replied. It just doesn't change anything. She opened the door and paused. You were never just safe. I know, I said. She left. I locked the door and leaned against it, breathing hard. My hands shook. My heart hurt. But it didn't feel like before. It felt like release. I picked up my phone and typed one message. I'll be there tomorrow. Then I set the phone down, turned off the lights, and let the rain fade into the background. My future was waiting. And this time, I wasn't going to miss it. I woke up before my alarm, heart already racing, like it knew what the day was going to ask of me. My hands were steady, but my chest wasn't. It wasn't fear of failing. It was Lena's voice still stuck in my head, repeating things I didn't want to remember. You okay? I asked myself out loud. The silence didn't answer. I showered, dressed, checked my bag 3 times. Notes. ID pen. Everything was there. Everything except peace. My phone rang as I stepped outside. Hey, Eli said. I'm walking in, I replied. Good, he said. Listen to me for a second. I am. You don't owe her closure, he said. You owe yourself peace. I closed my eyes. She showed up last night. I figured, he said. Did you cave? No, I said. But it almost wrecked me. That's because you cared, he said. Not because you were wrong. I took a breath. What if I still think about her in there? Then think anyway, he said. Just don't act on it. I don't know if I'm strong enough, I admitted. You already were, he said. You just didn't notice. The line went quiet. I'll see you later, I said. You won't need me, he replied. Go finish this. I walked into the building with my heart pounding and my mind loud. Mari was already there, pacing. You look like hell, she said. Consistency is key, I replied. She smiled. You ready? No, I said. But I'm here. That's the right answer, she said. Jay nodded at me from across the room. Don't disappear. I won't, I said. When they called my name, my legs felt heavy. Dr. Hale sat at the table, hands folded, eyes unreadable. Begin, he said. I did. I talked. I explained. I answered questions. I messed up once and corrected myself out loud. I didn't hide it. I didn't apologize for existing. I just kept going. Dr. Hale watched me like he was waiting for something to crack. You're hesitating, he said. I'm thinking, I replied. Why? He asked. Because this matters, I said. And because I used to let other people decide my worth. He leaned back. And now? Now I decide, I said. He nodded slowly. Continue. I finished. When it was over, he didn't say anything. He stood, walked to the window, then turned back. You passed, he said. I didn't react right away. That's it? I asked. That's it, he said. It didn't feel like fireworks. It felt like breathing out after years underwater. My shoulders dropped. My hands stopped shaking. Thank you, I said. He looked at me closely. You earned it. Outside, the sun felt too bright. I sat on the steps and let my head fall back. You did it. I looked up. Lena stood there. She looked hopeful. That scared me more than tears. So, she said softly. Can we try again? I swallowed the old Noah down. I'm not your backup plan, I said. Her face crumpled. I didn't mean to. You meant every choice you made, I said, voice shaking but firm. She cried. I was confused. So was I said. I just didn't trade people for comfort. She reached for me. I stepped back. I can't be who you come back to when things fall apart, I said. I won't survive that twice. She nodded, breaking. I lost you. Yes, I said. You did. My phone rang. Tessa. I answered. Noah, she said, fake sweet. I just wanted you to know I was trying to help Lena level up. I hated seeing her happy with you. I didn't respond. You were holding her back, she continued. I hung up. No more games. I walked away, heart pounding, future clear. For the first time, I chose peace.